Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Apple report for Monday, April 1st, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I am going to start with, bear with me, this one. And that is this long-term support at 167.19 this week. The 1% slippage below that is 165.52. If we were to close below this formation, by the 1% margin, in other words, a Friday settlement of 165.52 or lower would set off a 3 to 5 month sell signal to the 136.59 formation. But until then, as I've been saying, this is bottom picking territory through the second quarter and even into later year. From here, we can round up into the low 200s over the next 3 to 5 months. Now, we haven't tested it yet, but it's still in play perhaps. I'm going to jump to this chart here. This is the daily chart. The same formation on the daily chart is, by the way, at 167.09. But we did have a sell signal about a week and a half ago, that channel bottom rising steeply. That is one indication of the possibility of testing 167.09, but the market does not seem inclined to do so right now. But anything can happen, of course. We're very close to it. We do have 169 even still. That is the low settlement price from about a month ago that can contain intraday selling pressures. And if we break 169 even today, I do think 167.19 is likely today, where we can bottom out through the second quarter. So this is a solid zone to buy into. 167.19 for day traders, 3 to 5 day swing traders, 3 to 5 week swing traders, and 3 to 5 month near-term investors all apply. Now, over the 3 to 5 week time frame following a test of 167.19, I would expect some variation. It would be a different formation, 179.23, but really it is this channel top coming down at 183.40. So 183.40 is a descending channel top that stems really off the December high of last year, a 3-4 month channel top that can absorb buying pressures on a monthly basis. So if you're bottom picking 167.19, I think this is a solid 3 to 5 week swing trade back to 183.40. It was 184.70 last week, so you can do the math if you like for forecasting where it might be 3 to 5 weeks later, dropping $1.30 a week. Next week, it'll be 182.10, so forth and so on. And if we just sort of hang in here and don't test 167.19 and continue sort of trading sideways as we have, that 183.40 descending channel top that I once again show here is dropping into the low 180s, upper 170s over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And as it is, we also have meaningful channel resistance at 179.23. Right now, I call this kind of a range, if you will. If we were to test 179.23 over the next week or two, sellable resistance for the week itself, possibly into later April, 179.23, and then you've got your 183.40 level right about here, and they are converging. 183.40 is dropping, as I mentioned, $1.30 a week, and so they are coming together to form an ever narrower range of resistance. Right now, I'm giving it stair step. In other words, you're selling 179.23, probably buying back a settlement above, depending on your time horizon and how you like to trade. But just know that if we close above 179.23 over the next week or two, over the following 3 to 5 days, we test 183.40. But over the next couple of weeks, I will say a settlement, I will begin to say that you're selling 179.23 as the beginning of a range into the very low 180s and dropping that can absorb buying on a monthly basis, and we can fall away again from there. In short, it would be a settlement above 183.40 that would tell me that we have a good low through the rest of the second quarter, and we should continue onward and upward into the low 200s over the following 2 to 3 months or so or sooner. The low 200s is really, this trend line is in the low 200s. There's also a newly formed channel top based on these recent lows that is also in the low 200s, and we will commit to a number once we know that the market is pulling away to the upside. It'll become an easier task. But at this point in time, it is a settlement above 183.40. And that is all big picture stuff. Let's get to the day itself. I know most of you or many of you are interested in the day itself. Once again, 169 even, a solid intraday support. We have all these minor points inside of there that have been carefully chosen but none really have what I consider to be strong pivot point qualities. 174.06 still stands out, yet to be tested. Your 50% upside retracement over the last couple of weeks, that high that was put out in mid-March against the low from last week. I think that was last week's low. Yeah, that was a Monday low of last week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's right. So 174.06 can contain daily buying pressures. And if we close today above 174.06, we are expecting within 3 to 5 days the 179.23 channel top. So that is your 3 to 5 day swing trade on strength. Closing above 174.06. 3 to 5 day swing traders go long, stay long to 179.23, where 3 to 5 day swing traders can go short. And also 2 to 3, 3 to 5 week swing traders may also consider playing the short side off of this channel top. Once again, then reversing and going long as we move into May trade following a settlement then above 183.40, a narrowing zone of resistance that can contain buying on a monthly basis, and if settled above, should mark a good low into the third quarter. Downside, once again, I'm going to point out the 169 even level. If we happen to break it today, 167.19 in reach. 167.19 is the channel bottom. It goes back 6 months or so. I don't have the exact number here, but over 6 months actually. That can absorb selling on a quarterly basis, possibly in the later year. And if we close below 167.19 at the end of this week, by a 1% margin, 165.52 or lower, 136.59 is likely over the following 3 to 5 months. I should point out one thing, and that is this situation. Now, if the market happens, let's say on Monday, to test 167.19 and close below it on Monday, 165.52 or lower, this region, 162, I think that the 161.88 is on the daily chart, but it is 163. Actually, this is the weekly chart, I believe. Sorry, we will update this for sure. But I've got 161.88 to 163.29. I believe that is the correct number on the weekly chart. That would be expected within a matter of 3 to 5 days of closing below 167.19. The big though question is, will we close below 167.19 at the end of the week by a 1% margin? That's our next big sell signal. Until then, that is bottom picking territory into later year. I think that pretty much rounds it out for Monday's Apple Report. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Tuesday's Apple Report. You have a great day.